Hi, welcome to the first episode of Beyond Pavement. What's Beyond Pavement? It is a show for off-roaders. What are off-roaders? They are people who enjoy driving off-road, which are probably you, which is why you're watching. You dirty, dirty person. So behind me, we have our project truck, a Dodge Ram, which we have lifted, modified, and made more off-road capable, all with the help of the professionals at ORU, Off-Road Unlimited in Burbank, California, www.offroadunlimited.com. They've helped us make this truck so much better, and we have put together a series for you to watch so you can do it to your truck as well. So we're going to show you how to make your truck more off-road capable and just more manly. So grab a beer, grow some stubble, sit back, relax, and enjoy while we go back in time and show you how this baby was made.
Hello, Farmer's Help Point. How can I help you?
Hi, listen, I just got rear-ended by some yahoo.
Are you okay?
Well, I'm fine. My car's a little busted up, though.
No problem. We'll take care of it.
How fast can Farmers Help Point service get your car fixed after an accident? Well, you get the idea. Help Point is free with your policy.
FabTech, Ride Right, this is Scott, this is Mike. These are the guys that are the experts from ORU that are going to help explain what exactly we're installing into our truck today. Because to me, these random parts just look like extra parts from Johnny 5 from that movie Short Circuit.
Well, what we got here is 6 inches of pavement pounding steel Viagra from the fine people at FabTech Motorsports. This kit is designed for the 02 through 05 Dodge Ram 1500 two-wheel drive. Everything that you need to lift your truck 6 inches is included in this kit. It comes with a front cross member, a rear cross member. We've got lifted spindles that are designed to maintain a factory steering geometry, as well as lifted coil springs included with isolators, sway bar extensions, bump stop extensions, your miscellaneous parts. Also comes with a great pair of FabTech Performance shocks. That covers the front. What they give you for the rear is bump stop extensions, new 3-inch blocks, U-bolts, nuts for the U-bolts, and FabTech Performance shocks as well. That'll cover the front and rear, giving you a total of 6 inches of lift.
Now, why did we choose to use FabTech parts?
Well, FabTech's been in the business one of the longest, and they've really taken the time to R&D their kits and do all the appropriate research to make sure that it maintains a nice factory steering geometry, as well as cycles the suspension very nice. They've got it down. They've taken the time, put the money and effort in to get a good system that really works well and doesn't cause a whole lot of problems.
Restoration, jubilation, shouted all across the nation. I'm no longer like before.
No one has more discounts on insurance than Farmers, but we don't give you discount coverage.
Jubilation, shouted up and
Farmers get you back where you belong. For an auto insurance quote, call your Farmers agent.
Step 1, for this installation and anytime you're working on your truck, disconnect the positive cable connecting to your battery. You want to do this so that your computer in your truck doesn't short and so your airbags don't go off. Both of those things can be counterproductive. Step 2, remove sway bar end link. The sway bar end link is this part right here. So we're going to lift the truck, remove the wheel, and then come in and remove this part. But keep it because we're going to use it later. Step 3, remove front shock. First, you got to lift it to take the pressure off of the shock. You'll know when the pressure is lifted when you look over at the shock itself and then you see the shaft moving into the body. Once you're done with that, go up to the top of the shock and remove the bolt. Sometimes the shaft has a problem of spinning, so it's difficult to remove the bolt. If that happens, use some vice grips and then go ahead and remove it. After that, there are 2 bolts down at the bottom, and then remove those 2, and after you remove those 2, the whole shock should just drop right out. Step 4, remove tie rod. You have to go to the end of the tie rod first and almost remove the lock nut. You're not going to fully remove it, but you're going to loosen it up and then leave it on for a couple of threads so you can protect it when you're removing the tie rod. So loosen that up and then get a big hammer and knock the tie rod out of the way. So we're going to start off by loosening this up for a little while. We're going to take a big hammer, hit the spindle, knock the tie rod loose, And when you're doing it, make sure you do not hit the bolt below it because you do not want to damage any of the threads whatsoever. Aim only for this spot right here. Step 5, remove the brake caliper. There are 21mm sized bolts on the back here, and so remove these, remove the brake caliper, and then never let it hang just from the brake hose. Support the brake caliper when you remove it. Step number 6. We have to detach the ABS sensor. It's connected behind the wheel well and behind the brake rotor. So you don't want to detach it behind the brake rotor, you want to detach it behind the wheel well. Detach it and then don't let it hang, and you should be good to go to move on. Step 7, remove hub bearing. Remove the 3 bolts connecting the hub to the spindle, remove the unit, toss out the dust shield, and then keep the rest of the hardware for later. Step 8, remove spindle. We have to support the lower control arm with a floor jack, and then after you do that, you have to loosen the lock nut at the bottom and at the top of the spindle. Loosen it, don't take it fully off because we have to protect the threads, because just like we did with the tie rod, we're going to be hitting this with a heavy hammer to knock it loose and remove it. Step 9, remove the coil spring. To do so, we're going to have to lower the floor jack. Now this is the most important part in removing the spring because it's very dangerous. This spring is compressed, and so if you do it too quickly, it can be very dangerous. You can hurt yourself, you can at least damage your car and other things around you. So take your time, lower the floor jack, and then once it's all the way on the ground, go ahead and remove the spring. So remove the spring and keep this part. It's the coil spring isolator, and you'll need it later. Step number 10, remove A-arm. There are 2 bolts holding the A-arm in. Remove the front bolt, remove the rear bolt, and the A-arm will drop right down. And once you're done removing the A-arm, repeat steps 2 through 10 on the other side, and then you'll be ready to install your brand new FabTech lift kit.